So guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope everything's good wherever you guys are. Um, I wanted to make this video and say that look, Lomachenko's manager um is basically saying that Lomachenko, they're gonna appeal the decision. Now, I have seen an overreaction here. I have seen a very, very big reaction to this fight. I mean, I don't understand what the reaction is. I mean, I've seen some very, very bad decisions and the reaction's nowhere near as strong as this. I don't understand why their reaction has been so strong for this. It's kind of fine. I find it a bit weird, even though I think, Loma might have nicked it. But at the end of the day, I mean, it was quite a close fight. It wasn't that one-sided, so it just makes me staggered a little bit to why a lot of people have reacted the way they have. I mean, it's a bit confusing to me that why people have reacted in such an emotional manner. You wouldn't expect such an emotional reaction, but there seems to be a serious emotional reaction from a lot of people, thinking that, Lomachenko, which, he may have won, but yeah, the reaction seems to be very, very emotional. Paulie Malignaggi coming out with some, crazy, crazy statements as well. You know, yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on. Like Paulie before the fight, he seemed like, I don't know, I don't know whether he's got an issue with Devin. I don't know what it is, but like Paulie seemed like, because one thing I noticed about Paulie Malignaggi, when he has an issue with somebody, like you can clearly tell he's so emotional. So I don't know whether he's got an issue, but I mean, I saw a podcast with him and Chris Algieri, and literally, he was just like saying negative, like the stuff that was coming out of his mouth was just negative about Devin Haney. It just seemed like it was as if like he was making a case why Devin Haney can't win the fight, and then after the fight, his reaction was very bizarre. And Paulie Malignaggi, I don't know what's happened to him, but Paulie Malignaggi is a great commentator, a great analyst, and he breaks things down, and he's great to listen to. But I don't know what's happened to him recently. Like, firstly, he's obviously certain things happen, and he disappeared, um, and I don't know. He's become a bit of a strange character. I don't know. He's become a bit strange, Paulie, and yeah, just weird comments, but and a lot of people reaction. I didn't understand that. I found it really bizarre, the reaction over this fight. I mean, it's just been really bizarre when actually the fight was pretty close. Look, I think the decision might have been, look, even Teddy Atlas, he said, look, the fight was close. I haven't listened to everything Teddy Atlas said, but it seemed like Teddy Atlas said it was a very highly competitive fight. And he's a Lomachenko fan. We all know he likes Lomachenko, but even he was like, the fight was relatively close, very highly competitive. Both guys put it on. So I don't understand why there's been an overreaction, Like, yeah, okay, you might think Lomachenko won the fight, but there seems to me like there's been an overreaction, like, wow, this was like the biggest robbery. And people saying robbery, like it's the biggest robbery we've ever seen in boxing. I mean, seen much worse robberies that don't get anywhere near the amount of attention that this one's got. And this one was nowhere near a robbery. I mean, it was a close fight. Like, I personally had the fight a draw. But even your guys' reaction in the comment section, I found bizarre. Like, you guys were acting like it was a robbery, like it was the biggest robbery we've ever seen. Like, what? Like, it was a close fight, in my opinion. Like, even if you think Loma won 7-5, that's a close fight. That's not a robbery. That's a close fight. Just because you think a fighter won 7-5, someone else could think it was 6-6, or someone else could think it was 7-5 the other way. It's only 2 rounds in a fight that was very nip and tuck. It wasn't like Loma wasn't beating him up. Yeah, you could say Loma in certain of the rounds, but some of the rounds that Loma won, he won distinctively. Like, he won blatantly. But again, it wasn't that. It was nip and tuck. It wasn't like it was a robbery. It wasn't like it was like why has the reaction been like the way it has? I just find it staggering. Like, yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get why the reaction's been. And by the way, I know I picked in my prediction video, I picked Haney. Actually, I was on another podcast on Saturday. I was on Last Bell. And I actually said that I'm after seeing the weigh-in, because I didn't do a video after the weigh-in. I actually was picking Lomachenko to win the fight. I was actually picking Lomachenko to win the fight, and to be honest with you, after seeing the fight, I wasn't that like I thought Lomachenko could batter Haney. I think he could make him totally look, but he didn't do that. He didn't do that, and you know, for me, that's why I made when I said about Lomachenko that I think Lomachenko's a good fighter. But when I've seen him step up against these lightweights, I don't think he's been that great personally. I think he's been all right. But I don't mean the way I viewed Lomachenko previously, I don't view him like that anymore because I don't think he's as dominant or as good as I thought like initially. Because he hasn't been able to dominate some of these guys, and like I don't look at Haney and think he's exceptional in any way. But Loma wasn't really able to dominate him or really. I mean, it was a closest fight, and he had a closest fight with Lopez. You can't really keep making excuses for the guy. Oh, he's too small or whatever. Because, like I said, there's been fighters in the history of the game that was smaller against the guy that they went in with. They still schooled them or made them look like you know, I just, yeah. Look, a lot of people say, well, you know, when Canelo fought Mayweather, Canelo was 23. He was young. He wasn't. But Haney was 24. Haney was 24. Haney's not old. And Haney's not nothing, you know, out of this world or anything. I mean, he's a good fighter. But, I mean, if Loma really was that great, he should have schooled Haney. Should have schooled him. And he didn't do that. He didn't school Lopez, who, by the way, got beat by Kambosos. So, again, like Loma, as great as he is, and as much as I like Loma, and I thought Loma's this, and Loma is a great fighter, but I do think we do make him out like he's something he's not. Like Usyk is far better than Loma. Usyk's on another level. Usyk's a far better fighter, and he doesn't get. I don't think Usyk gets anywhere near the amount of credit that Loma does, and he's a better fighter than Loma. Better fighter. He's bigger. He's much better. Trust me, he's a better fighter. Better fighter. You know, much better fighter. But it doesn't get the credit really, Usyk, as much. But that's my take on it anyway. Look, I think the reaction has been a bit of an overreaction. But, you know, that's my take. Leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.